And I'm Kristin Lagana. Welcome to Arundel County Week in Review. In this episode, we'll tell you all about the new Monarch Academy school coming to Annapolis and update you on road improvements on the Mayo Peninsula. But first, making headlines this week. University of Maryland students are working on some very exciting projects for the county. This week, they got a chance to show off their results to the people who have had to put them into action. The PALS program, as it's called, pairs students with county staff to tackle all kinds of issues. They are creating software applications to make government more efficient, designing a park for Odenton and a new trail connection, and planning the future of Tipton Airport, just to name a few. County Executive Steve Shue was impressed with the presentations and said the students were getting real-world experience.
The work that these students have done, as you'll see today, is top-notch, and they did it in a very short period of time, one semester. That goes by like that at this point in life. It's really great that the University of Maryland is giving these students this sort of hands-on, real-world opportunity, and we certainly treated it that way.
There's a lot more to be done. Various departments will review the reports and come up with an implementation, and a whole new batch of projects begin for the spring semester. What do you think about all this, Dave?
I thought, thank God it's over, and oh my God, we have to do this again.
It's awesome.
Yeah, no, it was fantastic. The students did such a good job, and we've kind of come to know them over the last year. We've had spent so much time with the faculty and the students, and they bring new, fresh perspectives to everything. So, and you know, I was a little skeptical at the beginning about what kind of level of product we were going to get, and it exceeded all of that. So I'm excited for the stuff in the spring. In the spring, we're going to do stuff like close to your heart, Arlington Echo. We're going to do a nice, fancy rendering, drawing of what Arlington Echo would look completely renovated in the next, 10 years or something like that to improve the buildings and structures that are there. There's going to be more work on Tipton Airport, very similar, where they're going to do these renderings and look at the vision for what Tipton could possibly be when it's all built out and accepting corporate jets and has a longer runway and all those sort of things. So, we just kind of got to the end and started all over again, and they're starting from scratch on all these other ones now. So it's
just a great opportunity for the students. I've said it before, I'll say it again. We didn't have that kind of experience when I was at school, so.
Yeah, and I've had so many people say to me after they saw this, they say, oh yeah, great, now the students give you a report and nothing happens.
You were implementing those ideas.
That's not how we roll around here. These things are gonna happen. So now it's gonna be, in addition to doing the spring semester projects, we're going to be working with the departments to, figure out how to make these things a reality. And, one of them is a trail. And that trail, the route that the students chose for the trail probably goes through, I'd say, 10 different property owners in terms of like MDOT, DNR, all these different state agencies and parks and things like that, where we have to go to each one of these agencies and say, this is what we'd like to do, what do you think? And they're gonna say no this, no that, and we're gonna have to get the money together and do all these things. So we're gonna try and make these things happen.
Let's do it.
We don't put things on the shelf here.
No, we
don't do that.
No elves on the shelf either. What?
Yeah, I'm not into the elves on the shelf. Yep. Well, let's talk about the best holiday giving program run by county employees. It's called the Christmas Angel Program, and it gets bigger and bigger every year. Volunteers choose from special tags with information such as the child's name, age, and sex, and all the important what I want for Christmas. That one's key. You gotta know what the kid wants.
What do you want for Christmas?
The volunteer then purchases the gift and personally delivers it. And Steve Shue helped load the truck and filed this report.
Every year, the Department of Public Works organizes the Christmas Angels program. It's a gift-giving program for needy kids throughout the county. This year, they've gathered up enough presents for 500 kids. It's awesome. Merry Christmas.
That looked fun.
Oh, yeah.
Looked like Steve was having fun, as always. More than 500 gifts will be delivered, including a lot of requests for the necessities, such as cribs and car seats. So it just gives you an idea of people are still hurting out there, for this holiday season. A couple things about this year, the fire department bought most of the bicycles. They wanted that job for themselves. So the fire department, good job,
Yay.
bicycles. And Colonial Players in Annapolis, when people were purchasing tickets for a Christmas Carol, they handed out the Christmas angel tags. So they participated with about 100 there as well. So nice job, everybody. And the gifts will hit doorsteps this weekend, Kristin.
It's such a great program.
There will be joy spread this
Lots
weekend.
of Department of Public Works employees involved in that too, so shout out to my
Public Works they started this
coworkers.
thing.
That's right.
Yep, Mary
Miss Mary
Lamb.
Lamb.
Shout out to Mary Lamb.
Mary, you're incredible.
She's fantastic.
She is our Angel Mary.
Yep,
So.
they do a good job, and I've participated in this program several times, so it's fun every year. Everybody gets all excited, and the office is all decked out, and it's something to do a little different.
Loading the
than
truck is
usual.
a huge thing.
It is.
So it's very great.
There's like paparazzi there and everything.
Yeah. Arundel TV is working on an exciting new project for the fire department that shows off all the great people who work there. Filming has just begun on several commercials and a long-form instructional video that will be used in recruitment efforts. Firefighters and paramedics talk about all of the challenges and benefits of their jobs, as well as some of the closest and toughest calls they have been out on around the county. We'll be sure to show you the final product, which includes footage of engines rolling out from Station 33 in Glen Burnie. Shout out to all of the great people in the Anne Arundel County Fire Department. You're looking sharp.
Looking sharp
Looking hot,
indeed.
might I add.
I know. Kristin.
What? It's the fire department.
Kristin.
You gotta say it.
No,
Always one for a
this
punt.
is great. This is great because these are the kind of people who they go out and they do their job and they save lives and they work hard and they work in dangerous situations, and they're not the kind of people to tell you about it.
Right.
You know? So it's so great that we get to work with, the leadership in the fire department identified like the perfect people to work with us on this.
Yeah.
And there's 6 or 7, I call them characters. They're my characters. There's 6 or 7 of them. And they span, age and race and gender, and they're all like amazing people, and they're very photogenic, as you mentioned. They are very photogenic, it's true. And they came out here and they worked in the studio, and they had to deliver lines and do things for commercials, and they were like complete naturals.
I hope it gives them a sense of pride and appreciation for what we try to show that we get from their work.
When I told them, you must change into the turnout gear for the 5th time today and go read that line again, they didn't even complain. And I said, listen, when you see the final thing, you're going to be happy you put on that turnout gear again.
Yep.
But it's hard work to produce nice looking video, and they've never done it before, and they did great.
Well,
it's going
congrats.
to be great. Very exciting.
Congrats.
Well, we're going to take a quick break, and when we return, we'll talk to Sue Myers about the new Monarch Academy school coming to Annapolis. Take a look at our community calendar for events happening around town, and we'll be right back.
Welcome back. Joining us in the studio this week, we're delighted to have Miss Sue Myers, who is the new principal for the new Annapolis Monarch Academy. Sue, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate the opportunity to share about my school.
Yes, I'm very excited to hear about this. This is brand new, exciting. But first, I want to give our viewers out there a sense of where you're coming from. You are no stranger to school administration.
Nope.
So why don't you walk us through your other schools, where you've been, where you're coming from?
Okay, so this is my 22nd year in Anne Arundel County working. I was a teacher first, and for the past 10 years, this is my 11th year as a principal. And I started at Annapolis Elementary, beautiful school downtown Annapolis, and recently was at Walter S. Mills Pearl Elementary School in Pearl community.
Another great school.
Yep, there for 3 years, loved it. And this opportunity came open, and I decided to take the plunge and try to get the job as the principal at Monarch Academy.
Well, it
Very
sounds
exciting.
like it's well-deserved, and thank you for all you've been doing for our county as far as education goes. That's quite an impressive resume.
We love our teachers.
We love our teachers. Dave and I always make sure to tell the teachers that. We do love our teachers. Tell us about why a monarch. What's the symbolism behind a monarch?
Okay, so the Monarch is so the Monarch Academies are schools through Children's Guild, which is an organization that really supports, really providing education for the whole child. So they also really strongly believe in something called transformational education, which you really transform the adults that are working with children into caring individuals. Not that we aren't all caring individuals, but really provide a focus.
We're not all caring.
Provide a focus so that the teachers and the adults working with children really truly understand how to create an environment that is conducive to learning and really providing a unique experience for the children. And so for transformational, if you think about a monarch butterfly undergoing the metamorphosis, and it's, we will undergo that metamorphosis of creating a school environment that really supports children learning.
Growth.
Yeah.
Growth.
So let's get to the exciting news, because Monarch has schools in Baltimore City, in Laurel, and in Glen Burnie,
Yes.
and now we are going to have a school in Annapolis.
Correct.
Tell us what's going on, where the location is, and what's going on right now to get a Monarch Academy open in Annapolis.
So this is my year for planning. So I've spent this year so far since September working and planning planning for the school. Spent a lot of time in the communities and continuing to do that, to share the information and answer questions that parents may have. I think the really amazing part of the school is that we are opening next year. So we'll open next August, September, whatever day, before or after Labor Day. We will be opening for students in kindergarten through 5th grade. And our building is in the former Capitol Gazette building in Annapolis.
So exciting.
So it's
What a
very
great
unique.
use of
Yeah.
it.
Yes, and
I
it's
think the journalists, ghosts of past will appreciate that.
Right.
Inspired.
I actually used to work for the Capitol, so
There you
a
go.
child could be sitting in the very spot where I sat at a
That
desk,
Exactly.
poor child.
and I twilled away.
And it's a large building, as you
It is
as
very
you know
large,
and remember,
yes.
and it's in a beautiful location. If once it's right off of West Street. You turn back there. It's surrounded by trees, plenty of green space for children. A little stream behind the school, so it's a really, really unique environment for a school, and to have that opportunity. So right now, the construction company is in there working very hard to make sure that the school's ready for next year. It's been gutted, and now they are building the classrooms and offices.
That's exciting. And talk to us about enrollment. What are you expecting number-wise?
So we'll start, we're hoping to open next year. Our target is between 530, 580 students, kindergarten through 5th grade. And we're about a third of the way there now, after being open for 2 weeks, so that's exciting. As a principal, your life is teachers and students. And right now, I finally have students back, so it's exciting. Started my school year, I had no students, and it's kind of a, as a principal, it's kind of a weird place to be. So, we're about halfway there, or I'm sorry, a third of the way there. And, it's a very easy process for parents. They can go online to monarchacademy.org and click the link to get to the application and complete the application. We're open. So Monarch Academy, I know people are very familiar with what a charter school is. So we are actually a public contract school, which is different than a charter school in one way. So we are contracted to open in a specific geographic location. And for this school in particular, that is the Annapolis area, because we're experiencing schools in Annapolis right now that are very overcrowded. One school has 14 classrooms or portables outside.
We're talking about Tyler Heights.
Yes.
And which others?
Hillsmere has 5 classrooms that are portable classrooms. So there are schools right now, even though there has been quite a bit of school renovation in Annapolis, we're growing. The Annapolis city is growing as far as with students. And so the need to provide, I think, almost an immediate relief for the overcrowding is why Monarch is coming to Annapolis. And it's a contract school. It's very similar to a charter school, but it's called a contract school. So if you live in Glen Burnie, you can't really apply to my school. You have to be in the area in Annapolis, where the Annapolis cluster schools are.
That makes sense.
Right.
And any other differences really between contract, charter, public school that?
How is it like a public school, or is it a public school in every way, curriculum-wise?
So not every way. So it's actually a very unique opportunity. So Monarch Academy Annapolis will be a public school. We'll be an Anne Arundel County public school. We'll follow the Anne Arundel County calendar. Our children will have Anne Arundel County report cards. So in so many ways, we will be an Anne Arundel County public school. But what's a little different about it is that now, I've worked for Anne Arundel County for a number of years, and it's an amazing school system. It's, they
Absolutely.
are, grow wonderful children. All three of my children have been through Anne Arundel County Public Schools.
Lots of blue ribbon schools.
And I now have
I
have two grandchildren in Anne Arundel County Public Schools, so it's a school system that I truly believe in. So, and don't want to leave. And so for me, this is another great experience because I will still be working for them. My teachers are still working for Anne Arundel County, but now we're partnered with an organization called the Children's Guild. And this organization really truly believes in providing, as I shared earlier, really providing support to schools to help them grow the whole child and really look at each child as a unique individual learner and how they come in and sort of provide that support to the staff and give that additional professional development that we may need, create a culture in the school to really help support student learning. Which is, so I have two amazing organizations that I will be working with.
I think it's so cool that and interesting that we always talk about charter schools that they're able to provide a different way of teaching the curriculum and to try to solve problems to eliminate the achievement gap and things like that. And in this model, you do that, but it's so practical from a planning perspective that instead of alleviating overcrowding in a certain area by building a new school that's going to take 8 years and cost millions of dollars, $30 million, something like that, you're just using existing space. You have a contract school, They come in, it takes a year, and you're off and running.
Exactly.
And you've solved that problem, and you've helped the kids that are in the schools that are overcrowded, and you're helping the kids who are coming to a new school and maybe doing things a little bit differently to try and see solutions to the achievement gap.
And that's exactly it. Whether you decide to stay at your home school in Annapolis, there are 9 wonderful schools in Annapolis, or come to Monarch Academy, it's kind of a win-win. So if you're pulling some students away from a school, and it's going to help alleviate the overcrowded classrooms. I think another benefit is it provides an opportunity for parents to apply to a school on their choosing. It's a school of choice. Like, this is my home, this is my neighborhood school, and this is the school where my children have to attend. But now that option for a choice is open. And if you really think about your children and their individual unique learning needs, our school may fit the bill for them. We will apply for PYP candidacy. And so that
What's
means
PYP?
So eventually we're going to become a primary years program school. And
Of course.
if you're familiar with both Old Mill and Annapolis High School are IB schools.
Yes.
And they have the International Baccalaureate program. So the PYP is the elementary version.
I see.
So we will be a PYP school and, really looking at, our curriculum will be based on PYP program. And so the primary years program. And, really with that program, you're looking at creating children who really inquire about the world around them and where they fit within the world. And so that's, and it really integrates the content areas. So we're not just going to, we will have reading and small reading groups where children are learning how to read on their grade level and really promoting them to, really continue to grow in their reading. But a good portion of the day will be integrated. We'll start with that theme and integrate that into all of the learning that happens. We also plan to have a very strong arts integration program at the school.
Kristin sings.
Yes, there you go. I may have
I
some-
very much believe in school and arts, so very good.
Yeah, so that's exciting. And actually this week, so this is, in everyone's career, they have amazing opportunities. And I have been very fortunate to work in schools that have just been amazing. Now I have a chance of really planning a school from the ground up. I'll be hiring teachers, we'll be creating curriculum together, we'll be creating the school community together, and I can't think of anything that would be more amazing. I mean, I'm the first principal of the school, so it's, on the selfish side, you can't help but think about all the really cool aspects of it, and I'm so excited. And, in my year of planning, I've met wonderful people that have really reached out to me and really said, I want to come to your school and help. And so recently I met with an artist in Annapolis, and she currently works at Maryland Hall, and she provides after-school art classes for children in middle school and high school. Well, we are going to establish a partnership so that she can come to my school next year and provide art classes to my children after school, free of charge. And
Wonderful.
so it's just, it's opened up.
It sounds like there's just a lot more flexibility,
Yes,
and that's a really
flexibility,
great
yes,
thing.
Yes,
And it's something new and exciting
Yeah.
for Annapolis. So
Yes.
it's we can't wait to see it, get off the ground and get started and open those doors. We'll be
I'm
there.
sorry, you
We'll
have
be
no
there with
idea
our
how excited I
cameras next
Yes.
summer, late next
Yes.
summer, and make sure that we
Yeah.
get the whole thing on tape.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations, Sue,
Thank you so
on
much,
the
and
opening
thanks
of
for
your new
having
school.
me.
Yes, you're welcome back anytime, and want to come back on and share what's going on with Monarch Academy, we'd be delighted to have you.
Absolutely.
And we wish you a happy holidays
you.
from us here at Week in Review. We'll be right back with more Week in Review right after this. Don't go anywhere.
They call me Prince like I'm royalty or something. But the places I've lived ain't no palaces. So I don't need grilled salmon or a new scratching post. Just give me a cardboard box and a can of tuna and we're good. You can even change my name. I'm cool being the kitty formerly known as Prince.
Welcome back. Well, the winter months will not stop efforts to improve traffic on the Mayo Peninsula. Michelle Corkadel is at the intersection of Route 214 and Muddy Creek Road in Edgewater with an update. Michelle?
Thank you, Kristin and Dave. Here joining me once again this year is Kathy Sharp for the most recent update on the Muddy Creek Road and Route 214 intersection improvements. Thank you for joining me, Kathy.
You're welcome, Michelle. Glad to do it.
So tell us, we've been looking at the barriers, watching all the progress of the workers. Can you tell us a little bit about what's going on?
Sure. So we've been working, I know you guys can't see what goes on behind the barrier a lot, but there was a very steep slope over the culvert at Glebe Creek, and we've done an extended support system, and we've stabilized that slope, and now we're proceeding with removing some existing pavement and putting in the base to prep for our widening and the pavement placement that's going to follow very shortly.
So some of this included some pretty advanced environmental enhancements to this area, is that correct?
The steep slope was selected because it had a lot of benefits. It actually is considered as a pervious surface rather than an impervious because it is capped with grass and topsoil. So that slope is a lot more, it works better with the stormwater management than a retaining wall might. And all of the other during construction protections that are in place, we haven't had any issues with any siltation in the streams or anything.
Well, that's great news for the environment as well as the commuters especially the Mayo Peninsula and those traveling off to South County down Muddy Creek Road. Can you tell us what we can expect in the next 6 months?
We're going to be working on widening the west side, the added lane on the west side of the intersection, getting it paved out, and then we'll be able to remove those barriers, which I know everybody's excited about. And then we're going to move over to the east side of the intersection and do similar work over there. So we're doing it in two parts, so it hopefully minimizes impacts to traffic as much as possible.
Well, as a regular commuter, I would just want to thank you and your crew for all the great hard work. I know we had many obstacles to overcome, and through your project leadership, it seems like the end is in sight. Anything else you'd like to add, Kathy? Maybe how they could receive some updates on this project as we move forward.
Sure. We do about a monthly update on the DPW website under the highlighted projects page. So if you guys look there, there's usually a short write-up about the status of the job and any updates that we have to offer.
And you can find that at www.aacounty.org. Choose Departments, Department of Public Works. Highlighted capital improvement projects will be on your right-hand side. Thank you so much for joining us, Kathy.
Absolutely, Michelle. Hope to see you soon.
Thanks, Michelle. Hopefully this project will make life better for commuters in Mayo.
Can I sound off for a moment here about that?
Sound off.
I mean, look, so people are frustrated about traffic in Mayo, and I get that. I understand. I live on a peninsula as well. You grew up on, peninsula life. You get it. It's one road in, one road out. Traffic gets bad, especially if there's an accident or something like that. But, I understand people are frustrated. The road improvements have taken time. But you know what? To Anne Arundel County's credit, we have funded and moved forward with improvements to that road that is really a state road. So the county's gone above and beyond. We want to do more, and everyone should do more, and the state's trying to do more. But folks, it's not like we haven't done anything. We've done stuff, and I hope that some people are going to see that and they're going to go, oh yeah, that's not going to do anything. It's still going to be. Give it a chance.
Yeah.
It's going to make some improvements. It's going to make things a little bit better.
See how it works.
It won't solve all of our problems, but it's going to be good. So let's get to the real story of the day.
Story.
Happy birthday, Kristin Lagana.
Thank you.
Should I sing?
I would love to hear it.
All right. What style should I sing in? How about I'll do this?
How about Marilyn Monroe?
Happy birthday to you.
To me?
Happy birthday to you.
To me?
Happy birthday, Madam President. Happy birthday to you.
Yay! Well, thank you, Dave.
Congratulations. So what should we do to celebrate your birthday? What are we going to do this weekend?
Oh, gosh. Well, since I'm turning 29.
Really?
Right?
Oh, my gosh.
You should donate $29.
I'm surprised you're old enough to drink.
To your favorite charity. Thank
Good
you.
one.
Yeah.
Yep.
Maybe take 29 tags off of a tree if someone's doing a Christmas Angel program like Mary Lamb and the county employees have done.
29 in
29.
order to correspond to the years old you
Anything to
are.
do with 29 because that's how old I am.
Okay, that's a good idea. What else? You got any plans? You gonna do anything fun?
I am very excited for a lovely day over across the bridge with my family.
The
We're
Brooklyn
going
Bridge?
out. Not that bridge.
Oh.
Eastern Shore.
Oh,
We're
you're
gonna
going
go
down
out.
the shore,
We're
hun?
going down to the shore, hun.
Nice.
Little St. Michael's action.
Oh, very nice.
Yep. So we're gonna go out to dinner and.
Gonna go paddling? On
in
the water
December.
there?
I think. We're probably having some inclement weather.
I know.
Which I've been crossing
love,
fingers
right?
for birthday snow. So
You want birthday snow?
definitely no kayaking or anything like that. And I have a couple gigs this weekend, so I'll be doing what I love for my
And what's
birthday
the
weekend.
establishment that you'll be going to in St. Michael's?
It's called Limoncello. It's a new place. It's an Italian restaurant, so I'm excited to try it. I always like to have Italian. Whenever my family, we always take each other out for our birthdays, and birthday person gets to pick where you're going, and I tend to always do the Italian restaurant. So.
Isn't, when you have a sense of humor and you're a Lagana, don't you have to order the lasagna?
The Lagana lasagna?
Do people call you Kristin Lasagna ever?
All the time in
Because
elementary
I like to
school.
call you Kristin Lasagna.
Yeah, I had that. Iguana.
That's not very nice.
Kristen Iguana. Kristen
Iguanas
Lagana.
are
Kristen
kinda-
Lasagna. But it'll be a lovely birthday. You have any fun weekend plans? Or how are you celebrating my birthday?
How am I so? I'm going to celebrate your birthday by watching Star Wars, probably.
I know. My birthday's been completely overshadowed because of usually Christmas, but this year especially with Hanukkah and
Oh, and that's right.
Star
You
Wars.
were named Kristin because of Christmas, because you were born near Christmas. Isn't that right?
Yes, and my middle name's Nicole for St. Nicholas.
How about that?
So I
Look
have a
at
totally
that.
Kristen
Christmas baby.
Nicole name, yeah.
Well, happy birthday
Thank
to all
you.
of us at Week in
And-
Review. Wish you a very happy birthday and a wonderful year 30. 29?
29.
29.
And happy Star Wars days to all of you Star Wars fans.
Absolutely.
So hope you get out and see this movie. I hear from our faithful
We heard
Chuck
it's great.
that it is amazing.
I believe the word was
best
terrific.
ever.
Terrific.
Best in the series.
All right, we'll see. I don't know.
This is my gift to you, America.
So
on my
kind
birthday.
of you on your birthday. Well, that wraps up this week's edition of Week in Review. You can watch this episode and archive episodes online anytime on Facebook or YouTube by simply searching for Arundel TV. Please tune in again next week for more highlights and news from around the county, and we'll see you next time.